See that cliff up there? There's a flagpole on it. That's what we're going up. It's called El Cap, Hilldale, Utah, in the Canaan Mountain Wilderness, close to Squirrel Canyon and Water Canyon, the Beehive. I have a video on that. We're just stopping to break up the drive. Might as well get something else in. Okay, so we've entered Maxwell Park. So I can see, you probably can't, but up there is a flagpole. So somehow we're getting up there. I just need to figure out where to start this hike, and I have no idea. There's like no beta online. There's one video of some guy, and that's it. Okay, so I've parked in the main parking area, Maxwell Park, but I think since it's up there, I think you need to take this side road like 0.8 miles according to the map. I just didn't know how rough it was going to be. So I'm just going to walk it. I'm going to walk for a while, and then apparently I'll have to walk up a big sand hill, which is going to be annoying. But once I get on rock, I think it'll be easy and I'll be at home. All right, so I think things are starting to get clearer. We're getting close to the end of the road, and just based on the video I saw, you have to walk up. He calls it Sand Hill. So that to me looks like a sand hill right here, and then up in that notch, it looks like that's where we're gonna need to get. We're not gonna go in this rocky canyon here between the cliffs. That doesn't make sense. All right, so the road goes a little bit further, but I really think we need to start heading up this sand hill. It's just, I have no idea how this is gonna go. And the mounting of the sand hill is not gonna be easy here in the beginning, because it's super steep. I thought I was hopeful I would see some type of footprints or something, but of course not. So there have been 0 signs thus far of human activity, and I'm wondering if I should have been on a different sand hill. That's quite possible. I mean, you could take any of these up. So I'm honestly not sure. That's what happens when there's no beta and people make videos that aren't helpful whatsoever. All right, so we've cut across one drainage high. Because like I said, I think we were too far left. We still could be too far left. But yeah, this is messy and very hard work. This actually looks like some semblance of a path. I like this. Ooh. So I'm gonna go with this. I think we're going right towards that tree in that crack. Honestly, it feels like half the work is up this sand slope, to be honest. Whew. Well, see, now my concern about being too far left. We do have a ladder, so that's some sign of human activity. See, here's the problem. There's parallel sand hills that are further right, namely that one. And now the question is, do we try to gain up here, or do we try to traverse? And I honestly, I don't know if a traverse is possible. So I think I'm gonna get up on this cliff and then hopefully just walk flat for a while. All right, so we are definitely in the wrong place. This is getting pretty challenging. And I'm hopeful I'm not too high to the point where I can't easily get down. I think we need to be on that sand hill over there. So I think I'm gonna try to get down here, and I mean, I might be able to get up. It's just, it's so slick And the rock is so loose and it's very exposed, and I don't know if I feel comfortable here. If I can get up a little higher, I might be okay. It's starting to get pretty dicey. And I don't think that's a world that I want to start living in, where these ledges can break. Maybe I'll try one more. Yeah, see here, it's there's kind of nowhere to go now. There's no holds. There's no footholds over there. It's just, and this rock I feel like could come loose if I put all my weight on it. If I was able to get up. See, I feel like if I pull up on this, it's gonna start to go, and that it's not good. And then stuff over here, I feel like that could break. See, exactly. This is why this is real sketch. If I could just get up this one more move, I'd be golden. I don't think it's a good idea. So I think I'm gonna go back and have to drop a while, which is fine. But I'll figure it out. So anyway, gotta get down safely. All right, I'm down. That was one of the more unnerving things I've done in a while. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drop. You obviously can't cut across here. Well, you in theory could. I'm just gonna drop a couple 100 feet and then go to the rib next to me. So maybe there was a ladder to help you get up a section where I got stuck. That's my only thought. But you know, gotta be safe. Time's not an issue. So dropping down, gonna cut over where I see fit and then go up that hill. All right, so we've crossed the drainages between the two sand hills. I'm attempting to not go all the way down, which is probably a bad move. So I'm guessing it's impossible. Oh, it's kind of semi-rigid. Loose rock, loose rock. All right, I think I've kind of done it. Just need to get to the rib proper here. Update, I'm just causing massive rock slides. This is so hard to walk up. But by the way, I think that's the end of the road. So I walked way over there. I think clearly this is where we're gonna aim for going down. Look at that, it just goes. It's so steep. I mean, I only have a little bit more to get up, but I don't know how I'm gonna get up. So I'm trying. Trust me, I'm trying. There's just dust everywhere from what I'm doing. Well, we've reached basically the top of that sand dune. But see, now the question is, which way do we go up? And I'm honestly not sure. I think it looks easier. It looks like just class 3 type cliffs. So I think I'm just gonna work my way up the ledge systems and see where it takes me at this point. Definitely no markers anywhere. No beta anywhere online. So just gotta remember to go off this one. I think it'll be easy enough to remember that. All right, we've climbed up the class 3 ledges. We have what appears to be the first cairns. Yes, cairn. Whew. It's such a welcome sight. Although I thought I was finally on the right route. But we're climbing now, and that's where we're going, and then we'll bend up at the saddle. Not easy work, especially with the route I took. All right, so we've come up, then we've sort of cut right. We just keep aiming for that down. Should be easy enough. But headed straight up here. Obviously that's too cliffy, so we got to be on the right side of these cliffs. So I think, of course, after those 2 cairns there were no more, which is fantastic. I was hopeful this would be well marked going up. The video actually said something about yellow ribbons, but definitely don't see any yellow ribbons either. So headed up. All right, so when you get there, there's like a drainage crack or there's like a rib. I chose the rib. I just wasn't sure if it was right, but there's a big rope up here. So I'm gonna say that means I'm on the right path. I mean, this is just like, aside from my route finding difficulties, it's just real steep class 2 with some maybe select class 3 or 4 moves up a couple cliff bands, but I'm sure you could always find a route that was easier. So clearly we are taking this rope up. I don't know why else it would be here. So I think that's a good sign that we found a rope. Doesn't seem like it's necessarily needed, but this stuff is steep and slick, so I'll check in higher up here. Maybe I'll just use the rope, take some stuff off my legs. Here's some footage of me on the rope. It is pretty steep, so it is helpful, I would say, to make sure you don't slip, especially going down. Another one. What do we have? 2. All right. See, this seems like it could break. Seems like it's not anchored well. I don't know. They're anchored the same place. Steep, hard work, but fine and not exposed. Man, that rope is no joke. It kept going all the way up to this big tree. I mean, we're talking like 300 vertical feet, maybe more. Of course, now it's all sandy. We're almost up at this notch, then we'll bend left. So we're getting there. Still a long way to go, I think. All right, we've more or less hit the notch, and I believe we go right up this crack, and there may or may not be a rope as aid. The one video I saw, there was. There's only one way to find out. Yes, there's a rope. So you go up this crack now, and then I believe after you get up, there's a move where you use a tree trunk or a dead tree branch to get up the next section. So, water break. All right, water break, done. Up to this rope. And this would be doable. This would be actually somewhat challenging without the rope. Got this crack, which is not ideal. Maybe I need to stem. Unfortunately, I just have nowhere to put my feet. So this is actually, this first move is somewhat of a challenge here. I don't have room to step up. I think I need to get my foot up. I mean, that's solid. It's not going anywhere. Just don't want my feet to slip off. This is sandstone, it's real slick. See what I mean? If I put my feet there, they're just ready to slip. All right, well, cut up that first part. But now we got the same thing. I think you just gotta trust your upper body. Yeah. Not very straightforward. It's definitely not for everyone. That'd be very challenging for some. And even up here. Oh, are we supposed to go over there? Are we supposed to go right here? This is actually a hard class 5 move here. So I kind of want to go over here. I'm not doing this the right way at all. I should have stepped up to the left, lower down, but I didn't. All right, cross, I think. Let's just make sure we're safe. It's actually pretty exposed. I would just stay on the big rope. Okay, I think it should get easier now, but honestly, I don't know. This is packed a punch. Yeah, here's the tree. Oh, and there's a ladder. Here's one of those ladders that I found when I was in the wrong place. So, and there's a rope. Whew. What should I use? I feel like that ladder would just fall backwards. What do you think? Pretty vertical with the tree. Oh, it's bolted. Man, they did some work here. Much appreciated. I'm taking probably the easiest route and using the ladder. But up high, it's a little tough. All right, we need to get a view because I don't know exactly where we're going here. So check in later up. So this is really cool terrain up here. I must say it sort of all looks the same though. It'd be very easy to get lost, and honestly, I don't even know where I'm going. I thought I'd see a pole, a flagpole, but I haven't. So I gotta make sure that I know the way back because it is not obvious whatsoever. There is foot traffic in the sand. There's some footprints, so that makes me feel a little bit better for the most part, but no, not obvious where to go, and I still am not sure. All right, well, I get on top of something. The flagpole's way out there. So, yeah, we're in the wrong place. So not as easy as you think once you get up. So I should have bent more. It's just, you couldn't see it. So I didn't realize there were higher formations out there. So be wary when you get up here. Yeah, not easy. You're gonna have to cut, well, climbers left. Now I'm going skiers right and bending around these formations, I think is what I want to do. Because I went up totally the wrong formations and then saw the pole. I thought it was weird that I didn't see the pole. So checks out more now. This is not easy to get off of, by the way. This is like super steep. It's not easy to step up either. It's easier to slide off. All right, so I'm gonna wrap around somewhere to the right here in hopes that that will take me to the true flagpole. Okay, this is very, very challenging because when you're down in there, you have no line of sight. So I have a line of sight now. I just keep climbing up stuff to get it. I think I just need to go straight, kind of past this tree straight that way. But yeah, this has not been, this has been incredibly convoluted and challenging to figure out the easiest way to get to this flagpole, and I still have a long way to go. This rock is also crumbly. So anyway, dropping down again and trying for the 4th time to get a bearing and go towards it. But yeah, this is not light work. I'm gonna cut through here, I think. Water bottle. This is not gonna be easy getting back. This is gonna be the hardest part, just navigating back to where that ladder was. It's just all looks the same, and there's just formations everywhere that you have to weave through, climb up and over, get cliffed out. There's 2 poles, by the way. There's one there and there's one there, so I don't know which one I'm supposed to be going to. This one appears higher right here, so I think I'll just go to this one and call it a day. I'm more worried about finding my way back, to be honest. So now the question is, how do we get up? Luckily, this is all generally easy enough to scramble up if you pick the right line, which is going to be up this crack, I think. Yeah, so I'll check in on the summit. Well, here's the flagpole, and it's still not easy. There's a nice little, I don't know, class 4 climb to get up this last part. And again, it's this rock. It's very loose and sandy. Just really have to take care that things don't break. That's my biggest thing. This thing's breaking off. All right, that was much harder than expected. El Cap. You can see we're higher than those. I'm not gonna go to those. But overlooking the town of Hilldale in Colorado City, the Twin Cities. Hilldale is in Utah, so this one. And I guess Colorado City's in Arizona. Whew! But yeah, that is not easy, folks. That is not easy. My video should definitely help you, but I need to go straight back that away and just remember the way I got back. So yeah, awesome views, awesome little hike to end out this trip. Now I got about a 6-hour drive home, I think. So on the return to the ladder, so far it's been going well. I just popped over something, a lot of exposure to my right. But that's fine, because we're gonna stay low. We're just gonna keep heading for the bearing this way in hopes that that's off the cliff. So I think we're on the right bearing for now, but it's gonna get more complicated, I think, as we climb through this stuff. I think I'm gonna aim for that tree, but unsure how to get there. Yeah, this is where it's gonna get complicated for sure. I could potentially wrap around to the right here. Unsure. All right, so my advice for getting back, or getting there, I guess, which I didn't follow, is to hug sort of the cliff edge as close as you can. And you're gonna have to bob and weave a little bit and go up and over stuff. But I think that's proven pretty successful going back, and I honestly think we're almost back to the ladder. But not, maybe I should have popped over there and kept my rule, but there was like a use path which in the sand, so this looks fine too. So I think that was a whole lot of worrying for no reason. Once you do it once, you have a better feel for what you're doing. And just like that, we're back to the ladder log system. This log's probably really slick, so I'm gonna use the ladder again. All right, so phase one, she's getting from the pole back to the ladder, and now the big rope, and then the bigger rope. I honestly don't think it's gonna be bad now that I know the sand slope to go down on the way back, but you never know. Let me make sure I get the right rope location. I think it's right here. Might as well show it to you. Yeah, so you can do an exposed move around there, or you can do what looked like sort of a difficult vertical at the top. So let me just take this way down to show you the first part. Although this could be a struggle. Oh, there's a nice foothold right there. Problem is, I don't think there's any other footholds. There's not. There's not at all. Yeah, not easy. You just got to get somewhere to put your feet. So now, you can sort of stem this down like what I'm doing here. Although you could just go backwards, which is what I should do. I will never learn. I'm never gonna learn. Now I'm in an awkward position. Not anymore. Still in an awkward position. It's just so slick, all this stuff. So I'm literally just hanging right now by one arm. Not good. Slip right off all this stuff. I tried to do it without the rope, I think. Okay. We're down. This should be quick. Knock on wood. Getting down the big rope and everything else, assuming I don't get lost. And then I go down the right sand slope. All right, check in further down. All right, the first part of the rope section was just the sand slope, but now it's a little steeper. So I think I'm gonna hold the rope, is what I'm getting at. And again, I should just walk backwards, but I like to see where I'm going and stepping. In some cases, I mean, you probably don't even need it. Like, I don't necessarily need to hold the rope. Just on slick, steep slopes, it's nice. It's just a measure of security. So like here, let's just hold one rope, that'll be easier. Yeah, I mean, I don't even have to think. I can just easily walk down. I'm going backwards. Now, if this broke, that would be a problem. And that's sometimes why I like to face forwards. And so, if the rope were to break, I'd still be safe and in like crab walk position. Just look where we're going here. Let's get on this side to avoid the bush. Again, don't necessarily need it, but it's nice to have. as I mentioned on the way up, this rope went up quite a bit vertically. I mean, I would say at least 300 feet. Yeah, so this is just manzanita. This is just kind of exposed here, so it's nice. Nice to have the rope here for sure. And it's a little quicker than going up. And I've come to the end of the black rope, but the white rope goes all the way. Alright, you get the idea. We're just going down and then eventually bending down that sandhill. Look, we're already almost to the sandhill and there's the road. Man, this is going to be easy peasy getting down. Alright, as you can see, we're a lot closer to the road and what I believe is the sand rib we want to go down. Now you could go to that green thing, but I feel like there's that nice sand rib slightly over the right, so I think we're going the same way we came up, but it's hard to tell with all these ledge systems. So whenever I see a footprint, I get nice and happy. Like right there's my footprint. So we're on the right track. I mean, I can see where we're going, which makes it nice. We just need to get over some more before we start bombing down. Okay, so I bypassed that sandhill. I'm going to this one, which I don't know if that's the right move or not. And I'm hopeful I'm not about to get cliffed out. I don't think I am. I'm also not sure if this is the way I came up or not. Oh, there's a rope. Was this? I don't remember this on the way here. I don't know why there's a rope, but there is. And there's another one down here, so I'm gonna say these are good signs that maybe we're taking the correct path down when we didn't take the correct path up. We're almost down to the sand rib, and then we just run down it, presumably easily, all the way to the road, which I didn't take the road far enough on the way here. So yeah, this seems steppy enough, but there's sand. Let's just be safe. Yeah, we're just getting right on this rib, taking it right off. There's the road. Let's go, baby. Alright, so we found the right sand rib. We're just cruising down it, and I think we're further down than where I connected with it, because I don't see my footprints anymore. Yeah, so I was up on that, well, eventually that one and then that one, and as you can see, it gets pretty cliffy. So if you do this the right way, it's honestly not going to be hard. I just didn't know what I was doing. I was sort of figuring it out, and that's part of the fun and part of the adventure, but also what can add sketchiness to things. So if you just go what I think is to the end of this dirt road and then go up the sand rib from there, that should take you straight up to the cliffs and a ledge system, and you traverse across and just go straight up, and it's not bad. I will say up high, it's not marked, so, but if you just use my beta to stay kind of close to the cliff edge and walk a straight bearing as straight as you can, that is going to be your ticket, and it won't be too painful. So it was like 2.5 hours getting up, like no joke. That's, I mean, probably an hour can be contributed to navigation issues and wrong routes, but I think it's going to be like just an hour back. Anyway, once we get on the road, we'll still have like, I don't know, close to a mile on the road back to the parking area. Look, there's a rope at the bottom of Sand Hill, which going up, yeah, absolutely I would use, because it'd be much easier. But going down, it's fun, yeah. So I just completely screwed up and should have gone to the end of the road, and then it would have been blatantly obvious with a rope and a sand slope where to go up. So that's my fault, but I can't say I knew any better. So yeah, down to the road, and then smooth. My shoes have so much sand in them. I'll have to empty them out. Shortcut. All right, mile of road walking or jogging back. All right, we're back. And yes, that was like 2.5 hours up, an hour down. So without navigation issues, if you just go to the end of the road and up the sand slope, I'm thinking an hour and a half up, hour down, something like that. Maybe hour 45 up. So not as bad as I made it out to be. But yeah, if you get off track, that's tough terrain up there. It was El Cap in the Canaan wilderness. It's time for Kevin to finally go home. All my Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Great Basin videos are all from this same trip. What a trip it was. And I was all the way up there.